I had a good friend who is a big-time Giants fan. He texted me something over the weekend, and he goes, "Why are articles like this written?"
Oh, no.
Yeah. And you know how sometimes when there's multiple texts, but you only see the most recent one?
Yeah.
Like that's the one that comes up on your notification. So it says, "Why are things like this written?" And I'm like, well, what a tease.
Yeah.
What was written? So I go in there, and there's an article by Fansided, which, in other words, this is not a shot, because at the bottom of the barrel, this is all any of us are. But if it's on fansided.com, that largely just means there's a person with a computer. It doesn't mean it's somebody who's like dialed in the locker room and knows this, that, or the other. But the article was essentially titled, "How to Make the Yankees Unbeatable." And it was proposing a trade. And it was to use 2 or 3 hot shot Yankee prospects to acquire Matt Chapman from the San Francisco Giants. And I completely got why my buddy sent me the article, because even though the Giants sit there, as we are right now, 2 games under 500, they're also tied for the 3rd wild card spot in the National League. And all he had to do was say, "Why are these written?" And I knew exactly what he meant. Look, it's not the Dodgers and the Yankees and then 28 teams who are the Washington Generals. We're not here to make the Dodgers and Yankees good. That's not why which Dodger and Yankee fans, they act that way. The rest of you are here just to support us when we need something. And so for me, it became this view on everything. It's the way the whole country views the Giants. It's the way the Giants view themselves. It's the way us fans view the Giants right now. Are we in this spot where we're struggling to even see the value in trying or contending? Or do we just want to? I know some Giants fans that agree with that. Be real. They're not good. Sell at the deadline. Grandy, are you still on that? You still want to sell at the deadline?
They're not good.
But at least you said if, like we're still waiting for that answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
They shouldn't be opposed to thinking about selling. I agree. But you cross that bridge when you come to it.
Exactly.
And there's 4 teams over 500 right now in the National League. 4 teams.
4.
The Dodgers,
Phillies,
Brewers, Braves.
Yep.
4 teams.
Yep.
The rest is just kind of meh.
Right.
So that's why you play this last 2 months out, get to the trade deadline, see where you're at. But like, if this is the way it is at the trade deadline,
what do you do?
Talk about a traffic jam.
Nobody's going to trade anyone.
Or everyone's going to trade everyone. I don't know. Yeah. We're in it. Let's go. We're not in it. I don't know what we are. Let's just stay where we're at. I don't know. We got to catch the Dodgers. Are we going to catch the Dodgers? Probably not going to catch the Dodgers. Are we as good as the Braves? I don't know. There's room for 2 other teams, right?
That's the word. I mean,
in the playoffs.
You're looking at this right now.
3? No, 2.
Yeah, 2. 2 more. Correct. No, you had it. But I mean, like you say, there's only 4 with a winning record, and I could respond with, well, and there's only 2 who are out of it. Only 2 teams that are definitely like they're not going. That's the Rockies and the Marlins. Everybody else is within 3 games of that last wild card.
Yeah, but have you seen the Marlins assistant GM's thirst traps? So I don't know if the Marlins are out of it. I'm not giving up on that.
Dude. I go to, for those of you who don't know who he's talking about, I go to Gabe Kapler's Instagram.
He's so stubborn.
I like last week, there was so much content on there that I texted the guys and go, when do the Marlins come to town? I want him in studio.
I think so
badly.
too. Like, I'm not trying to
so badly
rip on him. It's just like it's cringy, dude.
He's
like,
just a crazy person, though.
It's cringy, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like, is he a good looking dude? Yeah, I get it. But there's this video of him to this song. Like, it's a hit song right now, and he's getting dressed in a black suit. And like the girls are going nuts. Like, what did you say?
Course.
If you read the comments, it's like I didn't hear a word you said. But then there's this guy, and he's got a blue check. His name is Mike Curlin.
Oh, if he's got a blue check, then let's listen close.
He put the Marlins suck, but don't worry, the assistant GM has time to do whatever the F this is.
Well, that wasn't just a comment. I saw that guy like tweet that out. He tweeted that out. He's like, whatever the hell. That's like And it's a completely fair. It's a fair statement, but see.
Anyways,
yeah, no one needs to be triggered by it anymore. He's now working for the Marlins, and it's funny. It's weird.
I'm sure he's doing well.
I think he's doing just fine.
He is not in last place. Whatever.
Lord.
I don't know what place he's in.
I don't know what game he's playing, but he's in first place.
And he probably has a pretty good roster. Not the Marlins roster, but his roster's
once a ball player.
Probably pretty good.
Always a ball player. And you know damn well what I mean by that.
If you go in the comments, go down that rabbit hole, they're hilarious.
I've done it before.
This guy won 107 games. I mean, it just goes like...
It's just like National League Manager of the Year.
Let me make it perfectly clear. Like, he was the nicest, like, when we had the meetings and, you know... And when people talk about him, it's he's a little different, and that's like the worst you get. It's not like he was a jerk in any way, shape, or form. He's super smart, super handsome, got a great voice. Like I'd have him on I've had him on, and like his voice is great. I'm like,
we've all had him on.
I wish I had your voice, bro. Like maybe some other things. Like, yeah, I mean, not a bad. Right. But like when you do the thirst trappy thing, you set yourself up, bro. Like you're setting yourself up.
Do you want to know what the wildest thing is actually about Gabe Kapler? That guy managed in Philly. No one. There was no chance. What did it last? 2 years? There was. That's the over. I'm surprised they didn't fire him in 52 games.
Such a blue-collar, hard-nosed.
That fan base and this stuff, and I don't know if it's gone up since then or whatever. I do remember, like, he had a website talking about vegan food or something. There was something going on. It was a fitness thing. And Philadelphia don't do that with their manager of the baseball team. So what's funny to me is then you leave Philly and you go to what I find to be the most accepting city on earth. The most accepting city on earth, or at least that's the reputation we've had for a long time.
100%.
Okay? And he found a way to make us, you just said it, we're like, that's kind of cringy.
Kind of cringy. Not jealous.
If San Francisco thinks you're cringeworthy, good God, where are you normal? Is there a place on earth where you're normal?
The boss likes to keep it PG, but like you should see some of the things that I see on my run on the Embarcadero every day.
You're like, if that's normal here, how did Gabe Kapler get kicked out?
This guy had a sock on the other day, and that was it.
That was it?
That was it.
At least he had that.
Yeah.
Did he have it in the right spot, or did he have it on his arm?
No.
Okay.
It was in the right
spot. Good. It's a well-placed sock.
Like a little tiny sock, but it was in the right place.
It was a no-show sock? That's unfortunate for him. Anyway, we're off track, which is fine. I have no problem being off track.
Yeah, but this is fun.
Yeah.
Getting off track is fun.
That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get why my buddy was offended by the article. And I think that there are now Grandy says, okay, if the Giants are not good in a month, then be sellers. Well, of course. I hear it now.
No.
Kruger tweeted it last week.
I mean, everybody's got their opinions. They're entitled to them. I get it.
That's fine, but it's coming from and this is the point I made about play the kids. This was my whole thing. I don't mind if you say play the kids. It was all about your tone. If it's, dude, play the kids, that says to me, you're just excited about these kids.
This is fun.
Right. Here's the other tone. Play the kids. That means you're defeatist, you've given up, you think this group is stupid, let's move on. And I'm like, wait, every time on June 10th, I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I was part of an organization that won a World Series and then 2 years later had a fire sale at the trade deadline. And we had to come on TV in the open, and you develop relationships with these guys. Sure. And when you win, the relationship gets closer, and it was a funeral. And I was supposed to sell it like, they're moving in the right direction. And Trey Turner's gone, and Juan Soto's gone, and Max Scherzer's gone, and all these guys are gone, and you're supposed to sit there and be the voice of the team and be happy about it. And I wasn't. That's why I'm here talking to you today. Yeah. But like, so there's a reason that if it's done in a way that makes your team better at the trade deadline, good. Like, but like just to sell.
Yeah.
I think teams sell because they can't afford or they don't want to pay guys. But if you're flirting with a wild card, that's where the temptation comes in, because there's two teams, and if you get Cobb back and you get all these guys back, and all of a sudden
that's it.
You're locked in and you're playing well end of August into September, the last 2 weeks of the season. You can win a World Series as a wild card. The Diamondbacks got there last year.
Correct.
I have a ring on a team that won the World Series as a wild card. So don't poo-poo the wild card thing, ever.
The Giants have won a World Series off of a wild card.
1 or 2? Was it 12?
It was just 1, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was the Brandon Crawford Grand Slam
in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yes. So don't have your nose in the air like, wild card.
Yeah.
Maybe the Niners, yes. And the Warriors with a play-in game, yes.
See, I think
baseball's different.
There's a Warriors comp, though.
With the selling, or which way you're going?
The fact that the two, what you're saying is there is a path. If you just get out of your negativity, there's a path that suggests there's a decent chance the Giants have like an amazing pitching staff in the second half of the year. There's a path that sits here right now. 2 years ago, with 2 months to go in the season, Warrior fans were like, they're not winning this year. They're all hurt. Right, but there was a path to have them all healthy in the playoffs. It happened, and they won a ring. That's the way I look at it.